Welcome back to Further Solutions Academy. On this video, I'll be walking you through on differentiation. Don't forget it's a branch of mathematics. Don't forget to share and subscribe if you have not subscribed before. And the outline of this video, I'll be talking about introduction to differential calculus, and the second one will be first principle. I won't go beyond these two outlines. And in the next video, I'll be working on the normal techniques and other things there. Now, when I'm talking about introduction to differential calculus, let's start our work. Okay. Now, when you talk about this, you need to understand what is called differential calculus. That you must know what is called function. Now, if I have f of x equals to what? X. Now, I can as well write this as y equals to x. Please take note of that. I can write this as this, and this equals to this. Now, we explain this in form of function, and this also in form of what? Function. Now, you need to understand that there are two things happening here. The first one, you need to know that we have y. Y, we call it, y is known as, y is known as dependent variable. Now, yx is known as independent variable. Please take note of that. Very, very important. Now, it means that x can change on its own, and y, the change on that one x determined by the y. I think you are used to graph, how to plot graph by now. When you are to plot graph, the given equation will be, they will be stating a value for value of x, taking the value of x from so to so. Now that shows that is an what? Independent variable, and y is what? Dependent variable. Please take note of that very well. And in this video, I'll be working on implicit. We have implicit. We have what is called we have what is called implicit and implicit. Implicit and implicit. Now, when we talk about implicit, it's always like we are having xy plus xy, something like this, attachment of x and y. It means both dependent and independent variable become a word together, which in form of product. This is called implicit system. Why implicit? We'll be having x squared plus 1 equals to y. This is called implicit. And you see that x and y, they are on their own, they are standing on their own. Please take note of that very well. And please explain what is called dependent variable and independent variable, and also what is called implicit function and implicit function. Now, and what you need to understand also, there's when we talk about calculus, which is differential calculus, that we not understand the concept from the graph. Now, when we talk about, because this calculus is originated from what? Coordinate geometry, which is distance of a point, gradient of a point, all those things. Now, for instance, if I have a curve like this is a curve. Now, this curve can be more, depends, because it means it's a maximum curve, which I have something like this. Now, this is my my y1 and my y2. This is my x2 and my x1. Take note of this. From here, we call it what? Delta y. And from here to here, we call it delta x. Do you get what I'm saying now? That is what we are talking about. Now, we have to understand what is called total and partial. Now, if I'm talking about partial derivative, now, partial is always like delta y all over delta x. Also, this is the capital letter of form, or you can write it. This is another way of doing this. This is partial derivative. Please take note of that. This can be written also can be written this way. And when you move on to, when you now limit your what? Delta y all over delta x, limit this to what? S tends to 0. Now, which I'm limiting now. At the point of limit, I will be having the y, the x. This is called total. Please take note of that. Total derivative. Please take note. This is partial derivative. It can be written this form or this way, anyhow you feel like, there's no any problem. Now, this is when you now limit your partial, when you limit the heads, delta heads to 0, that become a what? Total derivative. Please take note of that. Okay, now this will lead me to what is called first principle. We have what is called first principle. How do I say principle? Okay, first principle. Now, how do I do this? First principle, it means I'm talking about something like this. I'm walking around with some questions there. Let me just state some problem here. For instance, okay, using first principle to differentiate the following function. Let me use the word function. Now, differentiate a following function. The first one is y equals to x squared. The second one is y equals to 1 all over x cubed. And the third one is y equals to 2x squared plus x plus 2. And the next one will be y equals to, these are problems, they are problems, they are problems, they are problems, and also y equals to 1 all over 2x plus 1, and y equals to root of x plus 1. Now, I want to use first principle to derive this. Let's see how it will come. Now, these are problems that can be hard, especially in your WAEC, to be specific, WAEC. Now, when you have something like this, you are talking about first principle. Don't forget, I've explained what is called total derivative, partial derivative, and also I've explained what is called function, and also I've explained what is called. Okay, now let's try to work on these particular problems. There are 4 of them. Is it 4? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's try to work on it, and see how it will comes. Now, I have this particular one, y equals to x squared. Now, I'm talking about first principle. Now, first principle means when anything that happens to x, it must also happen to y. You can see the diagram I drew the last time, which I will be. Okay, now I have this particular function. Now, with what I've explained then, total and what I will just do, y plus delta of what? Of y, it will also be equals to x plus delta of x. Can you see increase here, increase here? This becomes squared. Please take note of that. Very, very important. Now, when I have something like this, I will have my y equals to x plus delta of x squared minus y. I think I subtract y from both sides, which you should know that normal elementary mathematics. Now, don't forget my y equals to this, hence y equals to x squared. You know that. It means my delta y equals to x squared plus 2x delta x plus delta x all squared minus y. What is my y? My y equals to this, x squared. Now, can you see, that is what I'm talking about. This, we cancel this. Now, my delta y can be equals to 2x delta x plus delta x all squared. Now, I should factor out something here, 2x plus delta x. I think I'm just using my factorize. Now, divide both sides by what? Delta x, that delta x. This will now become, this will cancel this. Now, limit delta x tends to what? 0, which I have what? Dy, the x of this will be equals to total. Please take note of that. This becomes total derivative equals to and 2x plus what? 0. Because my answer will now be what? Dy dx equals to what? 2x. That is my answer. Can you see, at the point of what? Limiting it become a total derivative. Please take note of that very well. Now, if I should work on this, I will have what? Y equals to 1 all over s cubed. Now, take note of this, s cubed. Now, I can as well write this as, what I will just do, y plus delta y equals to 1 divided by x plus delta x all squared, all cubed rather. Can you see what I'm just doing now? Whatever that happened to x, it must also happen to y. Depends on what you are having. If the function is in cage, you have to cage it like that. Now, if it is not, you leave it the way it is. Now, whenever you have something like this, what will you do to arrange, to sort out this thing? If I were you, I will just have what? My delta y. Delta y equals to 1 divided by s plus delta x all cube, minus what? Minus y. Minus y. Now, the next thing I can do, my y is equals to this. Don't forget that 1 all over s squared, s cubed rather. Now, what you will, it means I'm talking about delta y equals to what? S cubed minus s plus delta x. I'm factorizing, please take note of that, which I will be having x plus delta x all cubed minus, bracket of s squared, s cubed. Now, what I'll just do, I'm just factorizing. Now, the first thing I will do now is delta y equals to s cubed minus s cubed plus, let me put a bracket, plus plus 3x squared delta x plus 3x delta x squared plus delta x all cube divided by, this will remain how it is, plus, which is x plus delta x all cube x cube. Now, can you see what I'm just doing now? This will cancel this. For your information, I'll be having delta y equals to what? Minus 3x cube delta x plus 3x delta x all squared minus, this will be minus, and this also will be minus delta x all cube. Now, divided by, you will be having x plus delta x all cube and x cube. Now, can you see, I'm just trying to work around my fraction. Now, with this, I can say that delta y equals to, if I should factor something out, I'll be having delta x, bracket of minus 3x squared, minus delta x, minus delta x squared. Now, divided by what? X plus delta x all cube, x cube. Now, can you see, I can now divide both sides by what? Delta x. Please permit me to use that 1 over delta x. This will cancel this. Now, I can now limit this to 0 now. At the point of limiting this to 0, I'll be having, oh, I'm not making any mistake. The answer is no. Okay, now, I think I'm having delta y all over delta x will be equals to, if I want to do it very well, let me expand this, which I will be having minus 3x. If I want to do it very well, I can do it this way, plus delta x all squared, all divided by. Now, if I should expand this, I'll be having s cubed plus 2x squared delta x plus, see, this is going to be 3x delta x squared plus delta x all cube, close brackets, which is going to be all on x cube. Now, for me to do this very well, if I should limit this to 0, I think for me to limit that, I'm trying to limit now. Permit me to rub this part of, okay, let me rub this part of the question, because the question is there. I have to show that's there. Okay, now, what I just need to do now, I think I'm solving backward. What I need to do, don't forget that there will be a bracket here. And now if I should open my delta y, delta x can be equals to, I'll be having minus 3x squared plus delta x plus delta x. Hope I'm not making any mistake. The answer is this is going to be delta x3. Hope I'm not making any mistake. There will be a 3x here. Sorry for that. And also 3x will be here. 3x will be there. Okay. Now I'll be having, this will be 3x plus delta x squared. 3x, this is 3x delta x. 3x delta x. 3x delta x. Okay, now, which is bracket of divided by. Now, this will be equals to s raised to power 6 plus 3x raised to power 5 delta x plus 3x raised to power 4 delta x and minus x raised to power 3 delta x all cube. Now, this will be square here. Take note of this. Now, and that is all about that. Now, I can now limit this to what? To s tends to 0. The delta s equals to 0, which is I'll have dy, the x will be equals to minus 3x squared. Everything become 3x bracket of 0 is 0 squared divided by, also I'll be having s cube plus this will be equals to 3x5 bracket of 0 plus 3x4 bracket of 0 plus x3 bracket of 0 cube. Now this is squared. Now that is, it means I'll be having dy dx equals to I'll be having minus 3 squared divided by s raised to power 6. That is what I will be having there. Now I can see that this will now be what? Dy dx will be equals to what? Minus 3 all over what? X raised to power 4, which I can as well write this as minus 3 s raised to power minus 4. Anyhow you want to do it, that is for this. Now you can see that is very, very simple. Let me try to explain the other part of the question, which is that one that they are very straightforward. Take note of that. Very, very straightforward. Now, okay, I think that we can see that all what you just need to do, come to our channel and come and learn any topic of your choice without issue. Now, I have this one. I've solved this. I think I need to solve. You can solve this by yourself now. Let me try to attempt to that too. Maybe y equals to 2x squared x plus 2. Now, how do I solve this thing? The same way, don't forget that y plus delta x, delta y equals to 2x plus delta x squared plus x plus delta x plus 2. Please, that is the logic behind this, and by so doing that, you are good to go. It means y plus delta y equals to what? 2x squared plus 4x delta x plus 2 delta x squared. I think I've opened the bracket plus x plus delta x plus 2. Now, can you see I've successfully opened the bracket, which I can answer that what my delta y, sorry, not delta y, delta y. Let me just start from that. Let me start. Okay, now I will be equals to what? 2x squared plus 4x delta x plus 2 delta x squared plus delta x plus 2 minus, which is I'll be having 2x plus x plus 2, which I'll be, for me to know this, I think I can say that this will be minus, this will be minus. I don't have the time. Now, this will cancel this, sorry, this will be squared. This will cancel this, and this will cancel this, and this will cancel this. Left with delta y equals to 4x delta x plus 2 delta x all squared plus delta x plus delta x. Can you see? I can now say that what? Delta y equals to delta x, which is bracket of 4 plus 2 delta x plus 1. I think I've factored out what I need to factor out. If I go by delta x, which this will cancel this, delta y all over delta x, limit to what? Limit delta x to what? Is 0. It means total, which it will be equals to total derivative equals to 4x plus 2 bracket of 0 plus 1, which I will be having dy dx equals to what? 4x plus 1. That is all. 4x plus 1. That is all what you just need to do there. Now, before I end this video, let me try to explain this particular one because it's a bit logical, so that you know that you have it all in Further Solution Academic. Don't just note that, so that you'll be fine with any forms of what's it. Now, when I have something like this, y equals to x plus 1. Take note of this. This is a root function, it's a root function. What you just need to do here is that don't forget the same way you handle that, the same way you're going to handle this, and which y plus delta y equals to root of x plus delta x plus 1. Take note of that. Take note of that. Very, very important. Now, by so doing this, I think I will be having y, delta y equals to root of x plus delta x plus 1 minus what? Minus y. My y is root of x plus 1. Now, whenever you have something like this, due to time, I may not be able to solve it because of our time, but whenever you have something like this, what you just need to do, you will conjugate and rationalize. You will conjugate and what? Rationalize. If I were you, I would just have delta y equals to, the conjugate of it will be equals to root of x plus delta x plus 1. Don't forget, I can write it this way, it's allowed. This will be also be equals to like this, okay, and root of x plus 1 plus, bracket of, the conjugate of this thing will now be root of x plus delta x plus 1 minus root of x plus 1. That is the conjugate. Everything divided by the conjugate, which is this will be plus, and I'll be having what am I going to have? Root of x plus delta plus 1 and plus root of x plus 1 delta. That is how to go about something like this. Please take note of this. This is how to go. By your sort, you will have something like this. Delta y equals to square of that, which is going to be different of 2 squared. I'll be having x plus delta x plus 1 and minus x plus 1. This, by my difference of 2 squared, I'm just using difference of, because I know x squared minus y squared is equal to x plus y, and what? X minus y. That's what I'm using there. Now, which I will be having divided by, this will remain how it is. S plus delta x plus 1 all root, and plus root of x plus 1. Can you see? That is my, I think I need to do that. Now, hope I'm not making any mistake. The answer is no. I'm not making any mistake. Now, since I have something like this, since I'm having something like this, I can also have delta y equals to x. For information, this will cancel this, and this will cancel this. I don't need to stress myself on that. Will be equals to delta x divided by root of x plus delta x plus 1 plus delta x plus 1. Take note of that. I just try to. Now, I can answer that what? Permit me to rub, which I will be having. Can you see it's very simple, which I'll be having the y all over the x equals to, this one will be 1 divides root of x plus delta x plus 1 and plus root of x plus 1. That is very good. Limit this to 0, please. I don't have, limit this to 0 will become total derivative, which is equals to 1 divides root of x plus 0 plus 1 plus root of x plus 1. Take note of that, which I'll be having dy, the x will be equals to 1 divided by 2, because this is 2 root of x plus 1. That is my final answer. 2 root of x plus 1. I can as well write this as dy, the x equals to 1 all over 2, s raised to power plus 1, bracket of 1 all over 2. Anyhow you want to do it, you can, you can also do it that. Or you can also write it this way, 1 all over 2, multiplied by 1 divided by what? X plus 1, bracket of 1 all over 2. Depends on how you want it. Let me put my dot here. Okay, now that is all about that. Okay, you can use this to solve this. I think it's allowed. They are the same thing, they are similar. I will be stopping here. Don't forget you are home with Further Solutions Academy. Encourage us more to share the video across to every of your friends. Once again, thanks for watching.